Let's hang out.
Let's hang out.
And let's talk about what lessons about.
Let's hang out.
And let's listen to two lesbians shout.
Let's hang out.
Let's hang out.
Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Hang Out. I'm Ellie Brigida.
And I'm Lee Holmes Foster, and welcome to our 6th installment of Should Have Been Gay.
This week we are joined by a very special guest, Shelley Regner from the Pitch Perfect series. Thank you so much for talking with us today, Shelley.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk about what should have been gay.
The answer is always everything. Everything should have been gay.
Yes,
always.
there are limitless episodes that we are going to be doing of these Should Have Been Gays.
Amazing.
Well, also, because this movie is about a cappella, Lee and I actually met at an a cappella conference. She sings. So we thought we would start this one off with a little warm-up. Are you ready to sing with us, Shelley?
Is this on 3?
yes. I believe I could do a little ditty.
All right, here we go.
On 3 or after 3, Ellie?
After 3.
Okay.
All right, here we go. One,
Let's
two.
go. Hands in.
Hands in,
Acapella.
hands in. Yes, hands in, acapitches. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Yes,
beautiful.
I've been waiting my whole life to do that.
I think we're ready.
I think we're ready. Whew. Yeah, I feel really nice and warmed up. So like we said before, this week we were joined by Shelley Regner, who plays Ashley, literally been there the whole time, right?
Yes.
One of the Bard and Bellas.
That's her.
Yes, one of the Bard and Bellas in the Pitch Perfect series. We are so excited to have you.
And for those of you who maybe don't know about Pitch Perfect, here's our quick blurb. It's
Get
a
out.
2012 movie.
Leave.
yeah, what are you doing here? Go watch it, come back. The podcast will be here. So it's a 2012 movie, and the IMDb blurb, which I think is not super accurate, is Becca, a freshman at Barden University, is cajoled into joining the Bellas, her school's all-girl singing group. Injecting some much-needed energy into their repertoire, the Bellas take on their male rivals in a campus competition and stars Anna Kendrick, Brittany Snow, Rebel Wilson.
And Shelley Regner.
Who's literally been here the whole time. You can't forget about her. She's always peeking
Yes.
behind everyone's shoulders in the movie.
Yeah, she's a fan favorite.
I don't think that's a great synopsis of the movie. I think there's a better synopsis. We're going to call it the Should Have Been Gay synopsis, which is a freshman at Barden University falls for a girl in her school's all-girl singing group after they duet Titanium in the school showers.
That's basically what we filmed, right?
Right?
That's the movie, right? Yeah.
That is the movie.
That's actually all you got in the scripts. It just said that, no dialogue. It was just that and then improv from there. Yeah.
Right. It's like there's a meet cute in the shower and beautiful singing occurs afterwards. That's like real life, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's what happened in my college a cappella group. I don't know what other things were happening.
I don't know what happens in your college dorm, but mine.
I mean, I went to an all-girls school, so that actually, yeah, it sounds about right.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, well,
pretty close.
I was in an all-female a cappella group in college, and I swear to God, over half of us were at least over half gay, you know?
Right. Exactly. It's like you're in confined spaces for a long time. You're singing these beautiful harmonies. You're feeling all these weird feelings. I mean, I get it.
Exactly.
A lot of emotion.
See, Shelley Regner, she gets it. Wait, were you in an a cappella group?
No, actually, I wasn't. I grew up doing like show choir and, choir and dance and things like that throughout high school. But I was never in an a cappella group. My intro to a cappella was actually Pitch Perfect, funny enough. And my intro to film as well was for Pitch Perfect. I actually had just graduated from college at LSU, where we were actually filming both the first and second Pitch Perfect movies. And so I got cast as a local hire.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
an open call. And I thought I was auditioning to be like a background extra. And they called me and they kept calling me back and they were like, we want you to be part of the girl group. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? And they were like, rehearsal starts Monday. We'll send you the cast list. And they send me a list with names like Anna Kendrick and Rebel Wilson and Brittany Snow. And I was like, wait, I'm sorry, what am I doing? What are we?
Wow, like what a role to trip into, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it was super fun.
That's incredible.
That's so crazy.
And so you started rehearsals that Monday, and like it was like an a cappella boot camp, right? Like what was preparation for the
Yeah.
movie like?
Oh my gosh, we didn't anticipate sweating as much as we did. This was like the most hardcore a cappella boot camp you could think of. Like sweating trying to sing, sweating trying to dance, sweating on each other, both the girls and the guys with us. So it was like 20 of us all at the same time for like 3 months together. It really was like summer camp. But, we made it happen. Everybody loved it somehow. And here we are. We just made a third one. It's crazy.
Yeah, when you filmed the first one, like did you expect it to be so popular?
No, not at all. I kind of felt like I was part of something special. I think maybe everybody else was like, we'll see where this goes, or, this is kind of cool, but who knows if anybody will even see it. And me, I'm just sitting there being like, I'm this random girl from Louisiana working with these like Hollywood stars. Like, of course this is going somewhere, right? It better. But no one anticipated it to be the franchise that it became today. We thought maybe we would have a couple fans and people could, relate to some of these characters, these like super crazy, quirky characters. And, of course, who doesn't love good, fun music, especially when it's all a cappella coming from everyone's mouths, But no, we had no idea that it would gain the success that it has. And, it's because of all the fans and all the Bechloe fans.
It's so funny. I feel like I didn't even know if I expected it to be that. Like, when the first one came out, I feel like everyone who was into acapella at all, was like, oh my God, an acapella movie with like people and with acapella people like behind the scenes and stuff like that. And then, when it just took off and they're like, we're making another one. And it was like, oh my God, it's happening.
Yeah, I was really excited when they called. It was about a year after, and they called and they were like, do you want to do another one? And everyone, we're all like texting each other. We're like, hell yeah, we're all in.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Incredible. All right, well, I feel like since you mentioned Bechloe, we need to just dig
So we have
in.
to address
Yeah,
the big elephant in the room.
Yes, the big lesbian elephant in the
The
room.
big lesbian elephant in the room.
Yes, so you're aware of Bechloe. Like everyone in the cast is aware, correct?
We're all aware of Bechloe.
Were you aware when you filmed it, though? Like, when you filmed the first movie before it came out, like, just that scene, did you guys know that was going to be a thing, or was it after the movie came out?
No, to be honest, when it was filming, and of course, like, for the iconic shower scene, it was a closed set. It was just Anna and Brittany on set, so none of us, like, witnessed this. But we all knew that it was coming up. We watched them like rehearse the song together. We were listening, and the Titanium wasn't even out. It was like pre-Sia. We all were listening to this song. It was like, oh my God, this incredible music. And who is this girl's voice and what is happening? And then they sang it together and harmonized. We were like, they're not even in a shower and we all want to take our clothes off. Like, what the hell? And it's funny because we were filming like different party scenes in the movie and everything. And they have all those little, Anna and Brittany have those little moments where they're relating and connecting with each other.
Yeah.
So I don't think in the moment we realized that it was like kind of sexualized and a little like sexual tension there. Screen, it was like, you guys are electric.
Yeah, they have a lot of moments, and I still remember like the first time watching the movie. I mean, the shower scene, like what, just like whatever, kill us, we're done, we're stick a fork in us, it's over. But the thing is, you have the shower scene, and then there's so many scenes through the rest of the movie where I kept being like, wait, are they going there? I didn't know for such a long time until until you start setting up the whole like, the hetero love story. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it was like you still weren't sure for like a decent amount of the movie where I was like, do they know this? Are they doing this on purpose?
I don't think, Kay Cannon, who wrote the franchise, she wrote the first script, is an amazing comedy writer. And she wrote for like 30 Rock, and she wrote for New Girl, and for Girl Boss that was out on Netflix this past year. And she's just an insane writer. And that's what I love about all these movies, that it's so female driven and female heavy. I think the idea was just that, like, there's a bunch of crazy kids in college, and everyone kind of like experiments with their sexuality or what they're into, or, maybe you get drunk at a party and you're just like feeling the vibe of whatever goes. And I think that's just kind of how you feel as a like 19 to 22-year-old. So I think it was more in that vein of like the writing of it. But when you lift words off a page and put them into action, anything is possible. So, and especially if two other people played these roles, it may have come across totally different. There's something very specific about, Anna playing Becca and Brittany playing Chloe, and them just like having a blast with it. And I think Chloe is more of the lesbianic one, if I'm honest. I think Becca is kind of like whatever dude, but like I think Chloe's got a little freaky side, and I think she's the instigator of everything.
I feel like Chloe would just be like beyond labels and gender and everything.
She's just like, love is love, and I just want to spread my love wherever it goes.
I just want to explore your body with my body, because bodies
my
are
body. Let's just
beautiful.
see how it feels.
Yeah.
And then also we're gonna sing at the same time. It's gonna be great.
Yes. Oh my god.
Pitch Perfect 4. We've written it, you guys. We've done it.
Oh my god. You said some people in the cast are fans of Bechloe, so who? Tell us who's like, yes, let's do it.
Well, I gotta be very honest with you. Rebel is kind of like an all or nothing gal. You can tell that in her comedy. She does just about anything for a laugh. There's like, she has no censor. She's always the instigator, I feel like. I think if out of all of us, she'd be the one to be like, hey girls, you guys should give them what they want. Give the people what they want. There's even, I saw a video during the press tour before the third movie came out, and everyone had like big cutouts of everybody's faces, and she was even like kissing them together. So like, I think she's probably the biggest Bechloe fan. And she even, which movie was it? I think it was the second one, when she kind of made a joke, and she even shortened the Bechloe name to Blowy. And we thought that might catch on for a minute.
Oh my god.
She said that line, and we were like, we have to cut the camera because we're all laughing so hard right now.
Speaking of Rebel Wilson, actually, she, in the Australian premiere, she said that there was a kiss scene between Becca and Chloe in Pitch Perfect 3 that didn't make the final cut. Is that a lie, or is that real?
It is very true.
Oh my god.
It is a real thing. It is a real thing. And we actually really wanted it to be in the movie. We saw they gave us a private, screening just for the girls. It was really special, and we were all crying because it was the last one. But we were all like anxiously waiting for the final scene when, everybody kind of goes off and goes to their, respected lovers. But there was an outtake, and we were hoping that it wouldn't be an outtake. So we're really fingers crossed, because they haven't told us anything about the special features or the deleted scenes of what's coming out on the Pitch Perfect 3 DVD, which is coming out March 20th. It comes out. And we're hoping it's in there, because we know what the people really want.
If you're wondering what that sound is, Shelley, that's the sound of a million lesbians falling onto their fainting couches right now.
I heard it. I kind of felt it too.
Yeah, right? It shook the world.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's pretty steamy, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
We've seen it. We have seen it. We were actually, funny story, it was our last day of filming for the third movie, and most of the girls had wrapped for the day, except for, I believe, who was left was Rebel, Anna, and Brittany, just for a few final wrap-up scenes. And so we were all back in, I think, Chrissy's trailer, and we were all celebrating, and we were, having margaritas and just enjoying the fact that we wrapped. We were waiting for the other girls to join us, and we all get a simultaneous text message on our phone of a video of what was just shot. And we were like, what is happening?
Oh my God.
We were all really, really upset that we missed it in action.
So what you're saying is if it doesn't make the DVD, someone could leak that, and we have no idea where it could come from.
It definitely didn't come from me.
Yes, we will-
but
we
if
will
it
make
just
that
happened
clear
to get in the
that
hands of,
It was not you.
yeah, exactly. But it may be floating around in the clouds somewhere. Who knows?
But the footage exists, you guys. So don't lose hope. Don't lose hope.
Don't
Oh my
lose
God,
hope.
That's amazing. So tell us a little bit, because what it sounds like is, I mean, I think that Anna and Brittany are aware of it, right? It sounds like most of the cast is aware of it. I assume that by this point, the writers have to be aware of it. And because I think the reason that there was a decent amount of, backlash so far with how the movie was promoted is that it kind of felt like they knew that was a thing. And we're playing it up a lot, for the teasers and things like that, like on their Snapchat, on their Instagram stories. But weren't actually going to go there, So do you think there's a reason that they didn't want to go there?
I can't say for sure. I did think, they did use a lot of that material for the promotional, which would allude to you thinking that maybe this is the film where they kind of explore that aspect. And so I totally understand a bit of the backlash and it's the letdown because, that's what a trailer and a teaser are for, is to kind of show you what to expect. And when that's not what when they didn't show that. So, I think, to be honest with you, my personal opinion is sadly, I don't think the world is ready, honestly, for Bechloe, for, there are more advanced cities and more advanced people, I think, but I do think we have a bit of a long way to go before it is still,
in major feature films. Yeah.
Mainstream, commercialized feature films. But we're on our way there. You know what I mean? Like Call Me by Your Name, and was the new Simon movie coming out?
Simon.
There's Simon. Oh, I want to see it so badly. We're on our way there with creating a mainstream where everyone's going to be like, oh, okay, I'm not so shocked to see, same-sex engagement. We know that if it was put out there, we know there was a definite target audience that would have absolutely loved it. So that's why we're hoping that you guys get to see the cut footage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and it is, I think it's something too that sometimes it's disappointing, not even because I think, the ship itself is that big of a thing, but we see a lot of situations. And I mean, obviously we have a whole segment devoted to this on the podcast now, where you get actors who just have that chemistry, it just clicks between them. It's hard sometimes when you just see writers, they obviously are aware of it because they write to it, but they won't go all the way with it, They're gonna hint at it, they're gonna use it a little bit, kind of milk it for what they can get, but always sort of never cross that line too far, In
a safe space.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like you were saying, they don't cross that line. So it's just enough to give you, that little bit of a tease and that little excitement, but, not enough to let you finish, if you know what I mean.
Yes. They're giving us lesbian blue balls.
They are. It's so bad.
It's not fair.
I was just saying, what I think is really interesting about the dynamic of the group of girls in general is, everyone, it's like any group, whether it's girls, guys, high school, college, you all kind of have your little cliques and your little relationships and everything. And so I think within this group of girls, there's all these different little pairs, you know what I mean? So, and what's really funny is that so many of the fans latch on to whether they're shipping Bechloe, whether they're shipping, Fat Amy and Bumper, Lydia Rose, and whoever the hell she's gonna be with. I wish she would have ended up with with someone. You know, there was a little
Yeah.
storyline, and that's what's hard about making a film about an ensemble of 10 female, you know, women, that you can't follow specifically everyone's story in depth. You know what I mean? You got to pick the high points, and then things get cut and things don't make it. And but Cynthia Rose was actually supposed to have like a wedding or an engagement at the end of the third movie. Yeah. But just for timing and like script purposes, it just didn't make it, you know? So, and also a little bit, they were probably like, how many lesbians can we have in the group?
I believe our experience would say a lot.
Like I said, though, there were so many lesbians in my college group.
Yeah. And I think, and Cynthia Rose is important too, because I mean, it is important to say, you know, while we're talking about, was there a little bit of hesitation from the studio or from whoever to take Bechloe to that level? It's not like there wasn't any gay in the movie, you know? I mean, of course there was. It's just not the gay that we're focusing on that should have been there.
Yeah, and a lot of our other should have been gays are there's no lesbians at all. But we're like,
Right.
oh, well, there is a lesbian, but these lesbians too.
But these other
Right,
lesbians. And also because Cynthia Rose, you know, she does fit a lot of those, like there's a lot of sort of stereotypical things about her. She kind of fits that mold of, Ellie and I have talked in an earlier episode about the kind of lesbian, like predatory lesbian stereotype, you know, and she definitely has a lot of that going on.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I like that they had some scenes of her in the second and third where she obviously has some character development, and we don't just like the first movie, felt like she was very, very one-sided.
Yeah, absolutely. You could probably say that about most of the characters in the first movie, you know, or you know, the more of the ensemble pieces where they were like, oh, this fits this mold and we'll figure it out later. So it is nice that everyone kind of got a little more character development within, you know, through the second and the third. And what's actually funny is, especially in the third one, where I was like, you know, I think a lot of people are getting a little more method in their acting, because Esther, who plays Cynthia Rose, she would kind of improv a few things, and some things that would just come out of her mouth, some of these lines, she'd be talking about like wanting sushi and like getting some snatch and stuff, but she was actually just talking. And we were like, you don't realize that everything you're saying, it like has a double meaning. And she was like, oh my God. So it was just perfect, because we were like, just keep the cameras rolling on her. She's going to say something great.
That's amazing.
Also in Pitch Perfect 3, she doesn't play a lesbian, but Ruby Rose is in Pitch Perfect 3, and Ruby Rose is obviously like lesbian icon.
Want to talk about like just having all the feelings. She is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. She stopped the set. Like everyone was like, Ruby's here. Feel any like homosexual feeling, you're just like, I absolutely would turn.
Yes. Yeah. I think a lot of people feel that way about Ruby Rose.
She is so well. We were happy to have her on. I know, right? It's the general consensus. I'm a little wary about people who don't feel that way about Ruby Rose.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not going to find any listening to this podcast, so, you know.
Right. As everyone Google searches Ruby Rose right now.
Yeah, right.
Oh, if anyone does not know who Ruby Rose is, you got some.
Oh my God.
Like her amazing style. She's got the most amazing style. Oh my God. We just talk about her the rest of the time.
Yeah, okay. How much time do you have tonight?
I know, right?
We'll just continue. We'll pause the mics. We'll come back in a bit.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
We would gladly talk about your experiences with Ruby Rose for the next hour. That's fine with us.
All right. I feel like we could talk about lesbian stuff in Pitch Perfect for the rest of the day, but I feel like we've covered a lot. Right? I feel like we have.
I mean, you know, there's endless amounts we could cover.
Is there anything we missed? Is there anything that's like other things that happened on set or other things about filming them that you're like, oh, I can't believe you didn't ask about this?
Yeah, right. We got the shower scene, most important. We got, I think the funny one of the most fun in the second movie, we were all laying in that tent and we were all like super close to each other and like borderline, like you turn over and like, you got like boobs in one face and butt in another face and like lip to lip, like, whispering action. So, it's all pretty real in there where it's like, we're all like real intimate and close and things are touching and people are sweating and you're just kind of like I said, we're a family, so at that point it's like, oh, who cares. The last thing to uncover really is that hidden footage.
Yes. And we are so looking forward to seeing it on the DVD. Please be on the DVD.
And to whichever mysterious benefactor one day graces us with it, we pledged lesbian fealty
To that person.
I think at this point it's time for our Q and Gay, right, Lee?
Yeah, I think so. So if you have not listened to the podcast before, Shelley, we do a segment that's called Q and Gay.
Q and gay.
And Q and Gay, so we have some questions that we're going to ask you. I think they're mostly multiple choice or yes or no. And what we do is we'll ask you, and then we also put them up on our Twitter so that people can answer them as well, our listeners. So we're going to take it away. Question 1, Q and Gay. Who is your Pitch Perfect OTP? Do you know what OTP is?
I don't know what OTP is.
So OTP is your one true pairing. So it is who is your ship? Who's your couple on Pitch Perfect? Okay. Oh no, wait, there's choices.
Oh, there's choices.
Oh, yeah.
So your choices are Becca and Chloe,
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia, Rose, and Stacy,
Mhm.
Ashley and Jessica, or Fat Amy and Aubrey.
I gotta be super honest with you. I gotta go with Cynthia, Rose, and Stacy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a dark horse option.
To me, they just exude the sex appeal, and they have fun with each other. But let's be real. The real answer is all of them.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Good answer. You can come back on the podcast anytime.
Oh my gosh. All right, question 2. What was your favorite song from the Pitch Perfect movies? Obviously, there are a bunch, but we're just going to have 4 options because that makes more sense for our Twitter. But number 1, The Bellas Finals. Number 2, Titanium. Number 3, The Pool Mashup. And number 4, Flashlight.
The Bellas Finals.
It's such a classic.
I don't know. Nothing compares for me, honestly. It's just,
Yeah.
and it's probably a bit of nostalgia and, all the adrenaline that went into it and the excitement and everything. But even now, it'll on my iPad or iPod, when it shuffles and it like pops up in there and I still jam out. So it's just, it's one of those songs that it doesn't get old.
Do you guys know how much of an acapella, kind of like quintessential acapella thing that has become? Because it's actually one of those songs. So if you go to acapella festivals and workshops and stuff, it's become probably the most famous thing where if you talk about, like contemporary acapella and what is popular and what is known, they'll play literally the first second of that song and then say, who knows the song? And every single room in the hand will go up because it's that well known. Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. It's become like such a thing.
That just
I
has.
had no idea. That's really cool.
So there you go. You guys are like making acapella history.
Aka history. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like also
Amazing.
the pool mashup has been a big one. Like because I teach acapella
Right.
classes to 3rd grade girls, and so they can actually sing that one. Like that one's pretty easy for them to get around. So like,
Yeah, that's a pretty nostalgic one too. I don't know. Thinking about the whole like first soundtrack is just
yeah, it's
so
pretty
much
high,
nostalgia and the excitement, and all the songs were so new at the time, or like were just released at the same time as the movie. So everything, all the elements just came together for all of that music. So, and of course we have the most incredible vocal arrangers and sound producers and mixers of all time, you know, Deke Sharon, like, and Ed Boyer. How do you compete? We got the best of the best.
So, with that being said, now we're talking about the nostalgia of film one. So, Q and Gay question 3, what Pitch Perfect was your favorite to film? 1, 2, or 3?
Oh, they're all so different. The most fun. For me, it's kind of a toss up between 1 and 3. 1, just because it was such a new experience and, you know, we weren't sure what the film was going to be. We were all just kind of figuring it out together. And 3, because it was completely different from the first 2. But we're jumping off boats and we're, playing around in France and Spain and like gallivanting all over the world. And Fat Amy does kung fu and kicks ass. Like, what acapella group does that? So 1 and 3, man. The second one's great. I don't know. Again, I just got to pick all of them. They're all so different.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So I feel like I have to intro this next one because we talked about this before we had started recording.
And we'll talk about it after, but...
And we'll talk about it still. But you're in a new musical. We've heard that you have had quite a few makeouts in your acting career.
I have.
So... have you ever kissed a girl and liked it? Yes or no?
I've kissed a girl and I liked it.
Yes! Thank you, Shelley.
Yes. Yes, I have. Look, I've done it on and off stage, guys. It's all fine. Love is love.
Beautiful. We
yeah,
support
but
it.
I have in my acting career, I have probably kissed more women than men.
As it should be. As it should be.
Let's be real. They're better kissers anyways, right?
Yes! You're right, Shelley.
Tell us a little bit more about the musical that you're in, though, because I know we loved hearing a little bit about it. I think other people should hear a little bit about this, because it sounds amazing.
Is everyone intrigued? Because I do kiss a hot lady in this musical. So if you're interested, listen up. It's actually a musical based on the 2009 Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried movie called Jennifer's Body. It is playing at El Cid in Los Angeles, California. So you can come get your drink on, get your dinner on. It's a cabaret style theme. And it follows the movie of Jennifer's Body with all of the songs from the early 2000s that you know and love. Songs like I Kissed a Girl by Katie Songs,
Yes.
like Honey's Hazel Clarkson, Man Eater, Furtado. I mean, this is like female hotness to the max, and it's super fun. It's 90 minutes. It doesn't last long, and I get to kiss girls and eat boys. So what else?
Yes.
What else can you say? It's a night of amazing fun.
So if you left the Pitch Perfect movies being like, oh my god, I want to go see Ashley kiss girls and sing early 2000s hits, I mean, this is the show for you.
This is the show for you. Absolutely. Yeah. And we're playing Thursdays and Fridays through the end of March at El Cid. And then we just found out we are extending through April on Fridays. So you got a couple chances to see it if you're in the area. Company that I'm working with, Sucker Love Productions, they did the Cruel Intentions musical that is now in New York off Broadway, which I got to originate one of those roles and also kissed a girl in that show too. So I'm telling you, maybe this is my calling, guys.
Yeah, we're sensing a theme here.
Here's what I can tell you. If that is your calling, you can become royalty in no time at all.
Oh yeah, lesbians love actresses who kiss other girls.
We love
It's just a
quickly
thing.
and we love forever, so...
That is the truth. It really is the truth. I believe that. That's why I love you guys.
We are a dedicated fan base, I'll tell you what. So I would consider that as a career choice.
It's not a bad move.
Is there anything else that you're working on right now?
Right now, I'm actually, speaking of acapella, I am flying to New York. March 25th will be the date.
Okay.
Sunday, March 25th, I'll be singing with Deke Sharon in his a cappella concert, total vocal at Lincoln Center.
So look at that. People can catch you on one coast or the other. They got options.
Exactly. Look, I'm telling you, we were talking about this before we aired, that I'm learning so much about technology just from you guys right now. We can be coast to coast and be connected all at the same time. We are living in the future. You're absolutely right.
And Pitch Perfect 3 is out on DVD now? When is it coming out?
March 20th. So if you're listening to this podcast, it is out now. So go to your local Target, Walmart, whatever store, digital, Best Buy, and you can get, I believe you can actually get the trilogy. Be sure to, bulk up and buy.
Yes. Oh my God.
No one doesn't love a trilogy. I mean...
Right? I mean, obviously, this is what's going to have to happen. The DVD comes out, the trilogy set comes out, grab all your girlfriends, have a huge movie marathon night in your jammies and PJs, and then maybe in the night singing in the shower. Who knows?
Yes.
I mean, after a couple
Yes.
margaritas, anything goes, right? So
Anything goes, right?
Oh my gosh. So thank you so much for talking to us, Shelley. This was so much fun. You were
It's
such
my
a great
pleasure.
sport.
An amazing time. This was fabulous.
So where can we find you online?
I am definitely an Instagrammer,
Okay.
but I'm on all the social sites. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Shelley Regner, just my name. Facebook is just my name too. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Shelley
Okay.
Regner.
Excellent.
You'll find me, and I'll be posting a lot about singing and dogs because I'm
Yes.
dog obsessed.
Sounds beautiful. Yeah, be sure to check out Shelley on all of her social medias. She's fantastic.
just a reminder, you can find us. We are at Let's Hang Out Pod on all of the social medias. So that is on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook.
Or you can email us at letshangoutpod@gmail.com. Let us know if you have other Should Have Been Gays you'd like to hear on the show.
If you're enjoying the podcast, there's a couple ways that you can help support us. For one, you can check out our Patreon. That is at patreon.com/leshangout. You get access to a ton of fun perks like Les Essentials viewing parties and other cool tidbits and things and outtakes from the shows. And you can also check out our shop, which is our TeePublic store, and that you can get to by going to bit.ly/lesshop.
And I guess that's it for our show today, which is so sad. I wish we could sit here and hang out with Shelley for hours.
Yes,
But-
you're welcome back anytime, Shelley.
Thank you so much. I will definitely be back. You guys are amazing. It was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, we really will take you up on that. So, all right. Well, with that, I'm Ellie.
And I'm Lee, and Les
Hang
again soon.
Yes.
Let's hang out.